Hello everyone, welcome back to the part of the show where David comes out and he talks about what went wrong with his first book. For those of you just joining us, this is Lessons from the Light Thief, where I go through what went well and what didn't go well in my debut novel, The Light Thief. I started this series several months ago and I'm starting it back up again today for two reasons. First of all, I told you I would, and I'm a man of my word. And secondly, because today marks the release of my fourth book in this series, Uprising, available now on Amazon. And it's relevant to this series because the first book, The Light Thief, is available on Amazon for free all this week. The next two books are going to be discounted throughout the week at various prices, so be sure to go check Amazon right now because the price will only go up. All that to say that if you have not checked this series out yet, or if you just want to read along the first book as I go through these videos, you can do so at a very cheap cost and the first book for free. So be sure to check the links down in the description below to access these deals. Without any further ado, because it's already been several months, let's get started. Today we're diving into chapters 10 and 11, right around the 25% mark of the book. And it's at this time in most novels where the protagonist's goal should become clear to the reader. If you can see from where you're sitting, I did mine just a little bit earlier, around the 22% mark, and it's for the simple reason that it's a fast-paced book. It's around this point of the book that the goal needs to be clear to the reader. They need to know what they're getting into and how the book will more or less play out for the rest of the story. I'm not saying give it all away, I'm not saying force feed your story to the reader, and I'm definitely not talking about spoiling the story for the reader and what's going to happen. Yes, you need to subvert expectations and offer up exciting twists. No, I'm talking about, for clarity's sake, you need a point in the story where the reader can sit down, buckle up, and say, all right, let's go. Part of this comes from the inciting incident, but there needs to be a point in the story where a goal is derived from that inciting incident and all systems are a go. There's nothing wrong with waiting just a little bit past the 25% mark, but don't wait too long. If you've read The Light Thief, chapters 10 and 11 is where the protagonists sit down and they say, all right, where do we go from here? It's not something that's sorted out immediately, nor should it always be. In The Light Thief, the primary goal for the protagonist is initially to just get out. She knows by this point that an assassin is hunting her, and so it only makes sense that that is her immediate goal. However, in chapter 11, Anaya makes it clear that her true desire is to get her brother back. And then finally, her ultimate goal is initially teased and heavily implied in this chapter, one that Anaya immediately rejects and continues to reject through most of the book. The idea that she can somehow stir up another revolt against the Lightbringers and bring an end to the government that has ruled her entire life. I wanted to lay the groundwork for this ultimate goal so that it's in the back of the mind of the reader throughout the entire book. And because it's a dystopian novel, the reader can assume that Anaya will be at least somewhat successful in stirring something up against the Lightbringers. And so, in these two chapters, the two main goals are made clear. Anaya's goal of getting out and getting her brother back, and everyone else's goal of a rebellion on a much larger scale. If this process and this goal sounds simple, it's because it should. Great stories are made from complex characters in simple scenarios. And certain part of your books you do not want to make confusing or ambiguous. And I believe that a fixed, definable, explainable goal makes it a lot easier for the reader to stick through the book with you and make it to the very end. Thank you again for joining me today. I am excited to get this series back on the road. I will warn you that I am still testing out various strategies with my YouTube channel, seeing what my subscribers actually want to watch. So if this series doesn't perform well, I can't promise that it'll be around forever. I'm not at all bribing you, trying to get you to watch more episodes. I'm simply saying that this may come and go. Again, I'm not holding anything over your head. This is just my way of giving you full disclosure. But for now, we're gonna keep going strong next time with chapter 12. And I know I told you to read chapter 12 for this episode, but chapter 12 is really a special situation all on its own, and I really wanted to dedicate one episode just to chapter 12. But until then, my name is David Webb. Can't wait to see you all again and get some writing done.